Flosstube. Welcome to Punky Purls Flosstube number 1. My name is Heather. I currently live in Washington State. I am originally from Southern California. I am married to a wonderful man of 19 years. He's from Georgia. I'll tell you that story one day, how we met. We have 3 kids, 18, 17, and 13, 2 dogs, and a guinea pig. So my house is pretty rowdy. You might hear them in the background because we are all home. I decided to start a floss tube after watching Rocio of Kokohama Stitchery saying why not do it, so I said let me give it a try, and I'm hoping that floss tube will help me be motivated to finish more things instead of starting all the things, because I start all the things, not just cross stitch. I like to knit, I like to spin, I like to weave and quilt and sew, so you might see some of that on this channel, but if I put a lot of content of other crafts, I'll put that in the show notes, so if you don't want to watch it, you don't have to. I actually have a FFO today, and that's part of the reason why I decided today was a good day to start, because I will be gifting this finished object to one of my coworkers. So here is Autumn is Coming, meaning Quaker, by Stitches Through the Years on Etsy. I made it into a flat fold following Vanna's tutorial, which was awesome. I stitched this on 28 count Picture This Plus doubloon. It was a leftover piece from a project I just finished and gifted as well. I'll post that picture in this if I could figure out how to do that. That was a gift for my best friend. I made Jack's. It was a frosted pumpkin stitchery pattern. Jack's Halloween Dream. And it turned out super cute, and it was a pendant. And I'll post that picture one of these sides. But I used the leftovers for this. With just some purple and brown flosses, as close as I could get to the called for in the pattern, and I'll post that shop in my show notes. So that one's going to be gifted to her tomorrow. I wanted to make sure that I could post that one before I gift it to her for her birthday. I missed it when we were on vacation, so I got that done. It took a couple days, about 3 days, and burnt my finger getting that together today, but super excited, and I hope she loves it as much as I do. I also, during quarantine, picked up cross stitch again. I had started cross stitching probably in 6th grade, and then when we lived in Oklahoma, we were stationed there for a few years. I picked it back up and bought a lot of frosted pumpkin stitchery patterns because they are PDF and they come quick, and you can get all your stuff you need at like a Joann's or Michael's, so it was easy to keep myself entertained when my kids were at school, because I was a stay-at-home mom at that time. So I had a lot of that stuff in my stash, and when quarantine happened, I decided that I was going to pick it back up again, and Flosstube helped to encourage me and pretty much give me the stitching bug again, so then I got obsessed and have started stitching. I have a few other FFOs, but I have gifted them, and I'll post those pictures. One of them was a Stitchrovia piece. It was called Lemons, and it was gin and tonic, and my mom retired this summer and loves gin and tonic, so I stitched that up for her, and I'll post that finished object picture and one of the sides, one of these sides, probably the side, just because it's a bigger side. It came out really great. I finished it on foam core board with a lot of hot glue, and ordered a frame from Amazon and popped the glass out and put it in there, and she loved it and cried. So that was a pretty exciting finish for me too, because it felt like it took forever. Another project that I finished during quarantine is another frosted pumpkin stitchery pattern. It's Which Better Have My Candy. They had a contest going on during the summertime for a stitching finish and an FFO, and here's my submission. pretty excited with this one. I actually won both contests, the stitching finish and the finished object finish, but this one is stitched on 25 count Lugana, 3 strands over 2 with just threads that I had in my stash. Most of them are DMC. I think a couple of them are Anchor, but I couldn't really tell you which ones are which. I just grabbed colors that I thought matched what was in their chart. And I followed the tutorial from Priscilla and Chelsea on how to make a hanging ornament. There's black felt on the back and the ribbon, and yellow rickrack and candy corn fabric, which I think is super cute. And this hangs in my front entryway because it is October and it is Halloween time. I have a lot of whips. I mean, I don't know a lot of floss tubers that don't have a lot of whips. There's a couple monogamous stitchers out there, but it seems like we all like to stitch on different things, and I will just show a couple of my current whips that I'm doing. So here's a frosted pumpkin stitchery pattern. This is actually one of the ones that I started back in the beginning of quarantine. It will be a gift for my best friend who has 3 girls, so I am modifying the pattern a little bit. It is Merry and Bright. It's stitched on Picture This Plus Wren. Using most of the called for flosses, I did change the hair colors to match her girls, and one of the little figures is a boy. I'm changing it to look like a girl too, but it works out perfect because one of her daughters has short hair, so I'll just make that one look like her. And that is in one of my vinyl project bags. For my birthday, I got a gift card for Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery because everybody knows I love the pumpkins, and they were doing another stitch along Midnight Way. So I bought the kit with my gift card. Let me get this out of the way. And this is everything's called for in here, and this is how far I've gotten on there. Broomhilda's store is done. I just need to do the rest of them. I'm really far behind on this one, but my mom's secret project took a long time to finish and took a lot of my attention. And like I said, I like starting all the things. I don't finish a lot of things, so I'm hoping, like I said, that Flosstube will help me. It's in one of my other bags. It's purple. Also for my birthday, my coworker, the one who's getting the flat fold for her birthday, gave me a gift card to Etsy, and with that gift card I got Blackbird's design Sweet Land of Liberty, and I immediately wanted to make the American Eagle. I'll show you my progress on that one. I got all the called for flosses. I did this one. I stitched a lot on this one when we went on vacation. Like I said, when my mom retired, I went home for about a week and stitched on the beach, stitched in Arizona. We went to Lake Havasu. It was an awesome trip. Stitched on the airplane. I always have to be doing something. I'll drive myself crazy if I'm not. So that's what I did on that trip, and here are the flosses. Most of them are Weeks Dye Works. I think one is a DMC because I just couldn't justify getting white weeks, but these are my first hand-dyed. These are my first hand-dyed flosses, so I'm super excited to be stitching with those. They are pretty awesome. I love the variegation. And one of my last whips is another Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery because I love stitch-alongs. I think that they help me to stay motivated. I don't always finish them when they're supposed to be finished, but I like to see everybody's project. And here is the Chinese Zodiac. And that's how far I am. I'm really far behind on this one. I think there's only one more release. But now I can focus on stuff for my house. So maybe I'll pick this one back up. And I have that one in another one of my vinyl bags that I made. I think that's all the things. If you have any questions, please shoot them down in the bottom. I'm more than happy to answer them, and I plan on posting a floss tube maybe twice a month. And like I said before, it might not just be cross stitch. I do like to do a lot of things, and now that it's cold weather, I will probably pick up my knitting again. Seems to be a cycle of when I like to pick up my crafts. Summertime, I like to do a lot of hand quilting, so you might see that too. But thanks for watching, and see you next time.